This is the EGO Power TR4204 42-inch 56-volt lithium-ion cordless riding lawn tractor. It looks like a familiar lawn tractor with a clean green and black shell, a sturdy steel frame underneath, and a 42-inch stamped steel deck out front. LED headlights sit up front behind a steel bumper, and the body panels are mostly plastic, which keeps it looking modern, but also a bit lighter than I expected for a 640-pound machine. The stance is compact enough for a typical shed, at about 73 by 53 by 43 inches, and it rides on turf-friendly tires with a rear-wheel drive layout. Key features that stood out to me start with the battery system: 6.0-hour EGO 56-volt ARC Lithium packs and a 700-watt charger included, all compatible with the wider EGO lineup. The deck has 12 cutting heights from 1.5 to 4.5 inches, adjusted by a single lever that feels positive and easy to set. There's cruise control, 3 drive speeds, 3 blade speeds, and simple creature comforts like a USB port, a phone shelf, and a small storage cubby under the hood where an engine would normally sit. It's rated for hills up to 15 degrees, and EGO positions the power as gas equivalent to a 21 horsepower tractor. From my experience, the torque backs that up. Uncrating took some patience. It arrives in a metal cage, and EGO includes basic tools so you can free it without a shop setup. Assembly was straightforward: seat on, steering wheel on, batteries in, and it's ready. Turning the key the first time is a strange thrill because there's almost no sound. No idle rumble, no fumes, no vibration, just a soft boot up, and once you drive, a smooth electric whine. The first few minutes convinced me the promise of quiet mowing is real. You can talk at normal volume and hear birds over the blade noise, which sounds more like a big box fan than an engine. The interface took me a little while to learn. There's a forward-reverse lever, a large PTO button for the blades, buttons to toggle drive speed, blade speed, lights, Bluetooth, and cruise, plus a busy LCD with a lot of icons. For anyone new to this kind of digital control, here's the simple idea. Drive speed controls how fast the tractor moves, blade speed controls how fast the blades spin, and the display shows battery status and warnings. Once I memorized where everything lives, I could operate it without thinking. There are safety steps though, like pressing and releasing the brake after you get off the seat, and holding a button for a few seconds if you want to mow in reverse. I get why they're there, but they do slow down the rhythm. The driving feel is mixed. The throttle pedal behaves like a car's accelerator, which is intuitive. Steering effort is light, but there's noticeable play around center and a fair bit of rattling in the linkages on rough ground. Without engine noise to mask it, the clatter is very obvious. The turning radius is published at 18 inches, and I believe it. It's not nimble around tight beds and trees, so I needed a lot of 3-point turns in complex areas. The ride is on the firm side. There's no real suspension to smooth bumps, and the seat cushion is basic. After a longer cut, I wished for more padding or a suspension seat upgrade. Out on open ground, it's a different story. With the deck at the right height and the blades at medium or high, it lays down a clean, even cut and straight stripes. It's quick too. Top speed is about 6 mph, and cruise control helps keep a steady pace on long passes. On hills, the rear-wheel drive setup feels planted. I never felt like I was on the edge of traction on slopes within the rating. Because that torque is instant, I learned to roll into the pedal instead of stabbing it, especially if the grass or soil is damp. Power is not the limit here. In my opinion, the cutting motors and drive motors are the standout parts of this machine. Tall, thick, or slightly damp grass didn't bog it down. I even put it to work pulling a loaded yard cart and, in a heavier test, dragging a small road grader to level gravel. It managed those tasks better than I expected from a battery tractor. That said, I'd be gentle on the throttle when starting heavy pulls to avoid wheel spin. Battery life is where expectations need to be set carefully. EGO's claim is up to 1.5 acres per charge. From my experience on a 1.1 acre property with healthy fescue, some hills, and a preference for a clean finish, I couldn't get through the whole lawn on one charge. My typical range was about 0.6 to 0.75 acres per charge, when the grass was thick and I used medium to high blade speed. If I slowed the ground speed and dropped the blade speed in lighter conditions, I could stretch it more, but the finish wasn't as crisp in tougher patches. Using the mulching plug pulls more power. For me, mulching a bigger yard wasn't practical if I wanted to avoid a mid-mow recharge. The charger brought the 6 packs from low to full in around 3 to 3.5 hours. After a few full cycles, the battery percentage on the display became more accurate, which is common with packs learning their capacity. Cut quality out of the box is good, but I think the stock blades are the weak spot. In heavy growth, I saw the occasional stalk laying over rather than getting cleanly cut, especially at lower blade speeds. An upgraded set of high-lift or heavy-duty blades would likely help if you keep your grass taller or mow less frequently. The anti-scalp wheels on the deck do their job on uneven ground, and the 12-position lever makes it simple to bump up the height if you hear the deck graze. Maintenance is minimal, which is a big reason I wanted an electric tractor. No gas runs, no oil changes, no belts for the blades, no spark plugs. I keep the blades sharp, hose the deck through the washout port, and watch tire pressure. The front bumper is handy insurance around fences and trees, and the LED headlights are bright enough to finish at dusk. The USB port and phone spot are small details, but I used them more than I expected. I need to talk about service readiness because it matters with a machine this costly. I didn't have failures during my time with it, but finding fast, local service for big electric equipment can be harder than for gas tractors. Before buying, I'd search for the nearest authorized EGO service center and call to confirm they handle this model. In my opinion, that check avoids frustration if a warranty issue shows up in peak mowing season. It's perfect for homeowners who value quiet operation, don't want to deal with fuel and oil, and have a yard with some slope where a tractor is more stable than a zero-turn. If you are already using the EGO 56V ecosystem, the 6 included batteries become a huge bonus for your snowblower, blower, trimmer, and other tools. From my experience, the TR4204 shines on open areas, gentle curves, and hills within rating, and it doubles as a capable hauler for yard chores. I'd recommend this for lawns around 3/4 of an acre, up to about 1.25 acres, especially if you mow regularly and can adapt the blade speed to conditions. If your property is larger than that, plan on a break to recharge or budget for extra batteries. If your yard is packed with tight landscaping, a zero-turn will still run circles around this tractor. And if plush ride quality and ultra-precise steering are top priorities, this chassis may feel too rough and loose. In my opinion, the TR4204 pairs an excellent electric powertrain with a conventional tractor body that doesn't always match the premium feel of the motors and batteries. The quiet, the torque, and the low maintenance are real advantages. The steering play, the stiff ride, and the learning curve are real trade-offs. The biggest thing to understand is runtime. It depends heavily on your grass, your blade speed, and your terrain. If you can live within that reality, you get a powerful, easy-to-own machine that changes how your yard sounds and smells on mowing day. In conclusion, I like this tractor for what it already does well and for the direction it points. Lawn care toward, clean, strong, and simple to maintain. I just wish the chassis felt more refined and the runtimes matched typical suburban yards with thicker grass. If you're in the EGO ecosystem and your property size fits the true range, it's a compelling option. Do a quick service center check before you pull the trigger. Consider better blades if you cut heavy growth, and you'll have a strong, low-fuss mower that can also handle hauling chores between cuts. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the EGO Power TR4204 42-inch, 56-volt lithium-ion cordless riding lawn tractor. Thank you for watching.